Peter, the horse is here.
Hey everyone! The Year of the Horse has just begun, and to celebrate, let's take a look at Umamusume, a game about racing anime horse girls, and reimagine the titular characters as real living beings using Spec Evo. Please like and subscribe to give this video a head start. And now, let's run straight into things. As clearly indicated by their appearance, these organisms are close relatives to humans, having diverged from us barely a couple million years ago. This point of divergence began when certain Homo erectus populations began developing a much more predatory lifestyle. Unlike the endurance hunting method of earlier humans, the ancestors of Homo equus adapted to pursuit predation, actively running after prey. Their bodies are incredibly well adapted to this lifestyle, as evidenced by their massive heart and lungs, which provide circulation and oxygenation of their muscles as they run, and their incredibly slim lower legs, which reduce their weight and give them greater energy efficiency, something also seen in other running animals. Meanwhile, their toenails have grown to form a hard covering on the anterior part of the foot, effectively forming a pseudo-hoof that protects the foot and gives traction while running. These hominids can turn easily despite their high speeds thanks to their tail, an atavistic trait that was re-evolved in this species thanks to the advantage it provided. Their larger nostrils further increase oxygen intake and improve their sense of smell to help them find prey, upon which they will use their massive jaws and strong arms to rip it apart. Finally, a special protein in their bodies, convergent with lathrin, helps their sweat evaporate on their skin, allowing them to regulate their temperature while running for long distances. This also gives them a frothy, dense sweat. While the nature of interactions between early humans and Umamusume is lost to time, we do know Homo equus had a good relation with humans, with the species being domesticated at some point during the expansion of humans across Eurasia, taking advantage of their similar social hierarchy to establish bonds with them that facilitated this process. While mostly used to hunt, Umamusume have also been trained as draft animals, a means of transport, and even to be used during war, their greater intelligence and dexterity compared to other animals allowing them to combat on par with humans. In modern times, however, Umamusume are rarely used in this manner anymore. Instead, these magnificent creatures are used in sports such as races, which are an invaluable source of enrichment for them. Indeed, whenever Umamusume are injured in a race, they are more likely to die from stress at being unable to run than from the injury itself, pointing towards an incredibly high predatory drive that needs to be satisfied. When unable to run, or when resting between races, Umamusume will be allowed to partake in recreational activities, including being trained to sing and give concerts, as the very developed larynx and vocal cords of these animals make them incredibly talented singers. All in all, this amazing story paints a vivid picture of how human beings can develop close relations with other organisms, and how such relations can change the course of both across time, leading to an end result that could not have been possible without the other. Also, horses don't exist. And that's it for Speculative Biology look into Umamusume. So, with this one, the decision to make them hominids was mostly based on the most noble and reasonable motive possible: sheer cursed-ness. All it would take for a human being to be able to run like a horse does makes for an interesting piece of speculation, and creates a result far different from that seen in the canon version, which is why, despite many other ways we could have done this app, I'm happy with the end result and how majestic it came out. Plus, I know many of you are always asking me to make certain creatures related to humans. So here you go. I'm glad to have honored your requests with such a fascinating creature. I will admit some parts of the lore were not integrated into this episode, but it was mostly all that was tied to the Umas themselves being sapient beings, since I wanted to avoid the issue of making them just people, a sentiment I've explained in previous episodes. So, did you like this one? Would you play a game featuring these creatures? Please let me know in the comments. And of course, here's a thank you to everyone who wanted to see this episode. Sorry from the bottom of my heart. And also, thank you to our researchers and research associates who support us through Patreon and YouTube memberships. And if you want to be part of the fun, please remember you can join in as well, supporting us and getting to see our stuff ahead of time. Or you can also like, subscribe, or write a comment telling me any type of creature you would like me to give the Spekibo treatment in the show. Any of those really help the channel a lot. Thank you all for watching. Remember to exercise regularly, and see you next time on the Speculative Wildlife Research Center.